Hey guys, it's Queenie. I just wanted to go ahead and film this. I'm just trying to really just kind of experimenting. I saw a video on YouTube the other day and I thought it was a cool technique, and I thought I'd give it a try. So what this is those really cheap chalk pastels. You know, the sticks. I'll show them to you. I have mine in a little baggie. These things, I've had these forever and a day and I never use them. So I thought I would try this technique and see if I can use them for that. So, what I've done is I took my aggressions out on a few sticks. I've got some blues and teals in here, a little bit of green. And I just smushed them up in this bag here. And I'm going to go ahead. This is actually a little bit warm to the touch, just a slight bit on the warm side, just because I thought it would help dissolve them a little bit better, because they're, you know, some of them are kind of chunky. So I'm going to sprinkle some of this on the surface. Now some of it will drop because it is too heavy, but ultimately, if you had like a shaker, like a salt shaker or something like that, it would be perfect for this, but I don't have one handy, so I'm going to go ahead and shake on there until I think I've got enough to cover my paper. And of course my thing is too small, too small, so I'm going to go ahead and rip this. There we go. So I'm going to set this right on top, and in theory, because it is water soluble, it will lift up in a color form and not chunky. So yeah, I mean, I can see that. So there's that way. I'm going to try to do it the way that I saw them do it online. They just kind of shaved a little bit with like an X-Acto knife, which I'm going to try that if I can find my knife. There we go. Do a little bit of a color variation, hoping that maybe it will show it better. And let's see, what other color do I want to use? I'll do black. Why not? I'll show it. See, it's not a very clean craft. We don't like clean crafts around here. It's boring. All right. So what they did was they just went ahead and just scraped. Which it scrapes really easy because, again, I mean, it's just chalk. So I'm going to scrape some on the surface, and I like the way that it's grouping, so that's pretty cool. See if I can concentrate this more in the center of that. Maybe I can create a pattern. That would be cool. Okay, I'll do the pink kind of right here. Okay. Find something to swirl it around a little bit. Pink's kind of. See if I can create a pattern in there. If I can, that would be really awesome. What's that? Let's see if I can do this. The pink seems to be kind of staying there. I think maybe it's a little bit too heavy. Oh well, anyway. Get me a piece of paper. I've messed up my piece of paper. Alright. I don't know if I'll be able to get an actual pattern out of that, but we'll see. Of course, I'm just using regular printer paper, nothing special, just to test the theory. Honestly, that's actually really cool. Look, I love that. Okay, technique accepted. I love it. Okay, I'm going to do about 500,000 of these. I love that. Okay, so So if you have these little sticks of chalk pastels laying around your house and you never use them, even if you do, this does not take a lot. It doesn't mess up the stick at all. You're just taking a little bit off of it. So that's awesome. Take a little bit more of that pink color. So it seems to really show up well. Of course, you have to be careful though when you're doing the scraping to not get chunks. Make sure that it dissipates in the water. Try to vary where the black goes. So I was actually watching a video on the, was it Color Blasts? Those powders that are water soluble. That's what I was watching, and then I saw someone do this technique to kind of mimic that. And as far as I can see, it really does well. So if you like that product and you can't quite afford it, you can do this technique and you pretty much get the same results as far as I can go. Gotta get some more water or paper. Alright. So let's go ahead. Could have made that a little bit bigger, but whatever. Try not to push down too hard, just making sure all the paper's touching the water. And that's really flipping cool. And if I'm thinking correctly, this will be water soluble once this dries. It should, now don't hold me to it, but it should be water soluble. That way if you want to put more designs in it or whatever, you can. Of course, I'm so ill prepared for this video, of course, because that's what I do. Trying to find a place to put this so it doesn't get everywhere. Alright, so there's that. So yeah, I'm going to call this a success. I really, really love it. That's awesome. Yeah, loving the heck out of it. So you could probably do this on just a regular piece of paper, especially watercolor paper, obviously, and just scrape a little bit off, or like again, crush it up and then put it like in some kind of small hold shaker, like a salt shaker or something like that, and make your own color blasts. So that's awesome. I love that. I'm going to go ahead and do one more, simply because it's fun. I found a new hobby. I'll be doing this all day now. So, yeah. And also, if you think about it, if you do the pre-crushing or making the powder, you can get your kids involved in this. It would be a perfect thing to do with the kids, as long as you eliminate having to use something like that. Yeah, I bet they would have so much fun creating little papers like this. And you can take it outside and do it as an outside thing. I bet they would love it. Okay. And I'm not even going to swirl that one, just kind of see what I get. I know I'm going to get a big blob of pink right there, but I'm okay with a big blob of pink. See, on that one, it really did the marbling right here on the edges of that. I don't know why my camera keeps doing that, keeps shutting itself off for no reason. But yeah, this did a really good marbling effect right here on the edges. In the middle, where it was more concentrated, it didn't have as much time to dissolve. But I'm going to try something just to see if it works. So if you get a pattern that's too concentrated, I'm going to see if it can be remedied, which I think it can be. It really did seem to fade it out a little bit, and it's not so chunky. So I'm back. I've been playing a little bit with this technique, and oh my god, I'm so over the moon happy with. I have found the way that it needs to be done. Look at that. I can't even stand how much I love that right there. I freaking love it. I almost cussed. It was so awesome. So basically what I have found out is that you go ahead and you put, you know, your color down, the colors that you want to use. And this color combination is just my favoriteest like ever. This is kind of like a, I don't even know what you'd call this. It's like an orange, pinkish, I'm not even really sure what you call it. But I love it. So what I have found is you go ahead and you lay your color down. Uh-oh, that did the black one, right? Yeah. And this is just kind of a greenish, tealish type of color. Apparently, the trick to this is you go ahead and you lay your color in, and just take this is just an old paintbrush, it's dirty, and just really lightly, very lightly. You don't want to go ahead and spread everything out. You want to keep it kind of grouped together, and you can almost kind of move it around and keep it kind of, you know, in the center. But you really lightly spread it around. There you go. And then you take your paper, again in this case just regular printer paper, and you lay it on there. And I have found the longer you leave it on there, the better it distributes, and it does that. So I say about 10 seconds you leave it on there, and yeah, I love it. It really lets the paper absorb the color, and it dissolves the chalk, and it really is flipping cool. There you go, guys. Just a little tip for you. Like I said, lay your color down, swirl it really gently, lay your paper down, and let it sit for about 10 seconds. And you'll get a much less concentrated color and a more of a marbled effect. So there you go. I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.